The video before you is a representation of the experience and end results of a group of college students who banded together in hopes of finding out more about the recent hot topic of hydraulic fracturing, also known as fracking. Let's go now to the meeting room of these students and look upon their discussion of the information that they know after a week of research on hydraulic fracturing. As the students take their seats and bring out their research from the past week, it becomes evident to everyone that none of the research they found clearly states whether or not hydraulic fracturing is indeed good or bad for our society. It is obvious by the confused and irritated expressions on all of these students' faces that their research has been proven inconclusive to say the least. Let us watch and see the frustration of these students as they try to come up with a plan on how to approach this mysterious two-sided topic. Now at the head of the table, their leader decides to split the team up into specific tasks to further learn about the truth behind hydraulic fracturing and how much the public truly knows about the subject and where they gain their information from. He decides to send teams to conduct interviews and research. Now, with everyone split up into their own expeditions, hopefully the group will gather enough data and information to finally come to a conclusion on this mess of an issue. With an abundance of articles, books, and journals on hydraulic fracturing existing in this world, this group of college students has barely skimmed the surface of all the information that is truly out there. Now that jobs have been assigned, it is time to see exactly what is going on between hydraulic fracturing and our society, so let's dive in. The students were off. One team gathered information from a multitude of sources: the library, online journal articles, the television, local protests, and even in the field. A second team divided and conquered to interview a variety of people on what they thought fracking was and how they found out about it. After collecting their own information, the two teams reconvened to share what they had learned. The interview team couldn't wait to dive in and show the rest of the group what their interviewees' thoughts were on fracking.
What is/do you know about hydraulic fracturing, also known as fracking?
I know a little bit. I know that it is, in essence, we're drilling to free up the natural gases.
I know that it's like something with natural resources and gases and like how they drill into it to get it.
Lo que sé que fracking es la exploración o la extracción de petróleo del subsuelo.
Fracking, as I understand it, is a way of trying to extract fuel from the ground by pumping in all different types of nasty chemicals and other bad stuff that's potentially hazardous.
I don't know.
I think it's a process whereby companies go in and extract natural gas from underneath the Earth's surface.
From newspaper accounts and the television, I believe that fracking is a process of removing natural gas from the ground.
Fracking is this thing where you go underground and you make a bomb. And this bomb, it goes off and makes a big cracks down in the ground. And when the ground is cracked, then you can go down and take the dinosaurs that were dead, many years dead. And they're down inside the soil, and you can put big stick down in the soil and pull the dinosaur out. And then the dinosaur go into the car and make car go all around.
The way I understand fracking is that there are reserves of natural gas that are underneath shale formations in various parts of the earth. And in order to extract it, it requires quite a bit of effort in means of fracturing this shell. They use copious amounts of water and a chemical slurry that they, with high pressure, put down to crack it.
How do you know/where did you hear about it?
I think I read most of my stuff about fracking online from various environmental groups and newspapers like the New York Times and the Washington Post.
I listen to NPR.
Local news stories or local news affiliates such as ABC 11, NBC 17.
I saw it on an episode of like Law and Order or something.
Probably the largest information I've gotten from has been from Environment North Carolina, which I am a member of.
Oí sobre fracking porque tengo un amigo que tiene un rancho en el condado de Lee y también leí un poco en el periódico en inglés, pero en español no he visto nada.
Obama told me.
Next, the information team taught the group about the basic workings of hydraulic fracturing.
Hydraulic fracturing, also called fracking, is a process for stimulating the production of natural gas and oil wells by cracking a rock formation to allow trapped natural gas and oil to be collected. A vertical well is drilled down to the kickoff point about 5,000 to 9,000 feet below the surface. The kickoff point is where the well starts to curve so that drilling can continue horizontally. Once drilling is complete, a steel pipe called the well casing is inserted into the well and cemented into place. Next, a perforating gun, also called a perf gun, which contains shaped explosive charges, is lowered into the well and detonated. This creates holes through the well casing and starts small cracks into the surrounding rock formation. Fracking fluid is pumped at very high pressure down into the well, causing fissures to form in the surrounding rock formation. Fracking fluid is primarily composed of water and a proppant, usually sand or tiny ceramic beads, that keeps the new fissures open. Other ingredients include friction-reducing agents, antimicrobial and anti-corrosion chemicals, and diluted acid. Once fracturing is completed, about 15 to 50% of the fracking fluid is recovered at the surface. Finally, the natural gas or oil flows out of the fissures and up the well where it is collected.
With their newfound knowledge and perspective, the team had come a long way in their journey towards discovering what fracking is really all about. The students were able to sift through a quagmire of information and organize what they now knew into 3 categories: unverified information, conflicting information, and known facts. As they researched fracking, they created a database to use to cross-reference the information that they found. In order to verify what sources claimed were facts, they strived to find at least 3 credible sources in agreement. Generally, they found university publications and official government documents to be some of the more credible sources, while others, such as private interest groups, media, and personal viewpoints, were found to be conflicting. While the students can't consider themselves experts, they do feel like they have a better idea about how to conduct research, find information, and cross-reference facts. What they found was an array of opinions, a variety of sources putting out facts, and some confusion about fracking in North Carolina. While it might seem confusing or complicated, it is your job to seek out information so that you can become better informed citizens. So now it's your turn. Dive in, find sources you believe in, and formulate your opinions. Let's do our duty and become informed, knowledgeable citizens.